Today I've got a set of blinds that have completely come apart, actually in a couple places. And yeah, that's about it there. But got several carriers. I don't know if you can see the tab there, the white tab inside there. Yeah, what's happened is it's come unlinked from its links. Seems to be hanging up a little bit at this particular point. Maybe there's a bend in the deal. Looks like we've got quite a few track deals out of their track. Looks like that'll do it. Maybe that's all it was, causing everything to hang up there. So let's see if we can reorient this and get it going. I'm trying to find a good place for you guys. On top of the door here. That looks pretty good. What we're going to need to do is undo the clip here. And then down at the other end, we've got some form of keeper. Now there's different types of keepers. Some of them will use a bottom tray that'll clip on with a couple hooks that hold the final carrier so that it gets moved. Some of them will use a C-clip. Not sure what we're looking at here. We'll check it. This one actually has a end stop. That's not too friendly. I'll see if I can work with it without it. It means we'll have to slide everything back together when we're finished. Let's see. They always want to change the design on these. And I can't see very well what they're using for the final clip. Let me see if I can work without it. Nope. It is held in place. I'm going to remove the balance for this one, just to make it easier and hopefully give you guys a better view too. And now let's take a look and see what form of keeper we have. I don't see it there. Oh, okay. So this one, the final carrier, we'll need to remove that. In theory, it's got a screw that goes straight down. First over installed the bracket right there. But let's see if we can get in there. Maybe, maybe not. I may have to slide the whole headrail over. It's going to be a little tricky. Tricky. Yep. Okay. I need to slide the whole headrail over just a little bit. Hopefully. There we go. Which means I'll need to slide it back once I get this part off. But anyway. You can probably see what I'm doing. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm just doing it blind. Removing the screw, which I believe I got out. And unless I dropped the screw, I can't see it. Maybe I didn't get anything out. Okay, it's going to be one of those. This one, you may need to replace the whole set. May not, I don't know yet. Okay. Ah, I see. Or at least I think I see. Maybe I don't see. Okay. Slide that over. And we take out the first blind slats again so I can see a little better and figure this thing out. Oh, it just has one. Okay. I like to change these up all the time. So here's the design. It unclips from back here. That thing is sharp. But there we go. and that lets us take the clip off. And that's where this one anchors into the final one with a little hook, which makes it tricky when you're in tight quarters, but there it is. See that little tab there? So we're going to leave that there. Now that'll allow us to slide the whole set of carriers over to a working one. So we can slide all these out, and now you can see how our linkage has come undone here. So what we need to do is turn our links in and rotate them in. Easier said than done, especially when you can't see. You may want something to stand on, which I actually do not have anything to stand on. So I'm going to need to do this one blind, but that's okay. I've done this before. Okay. So these can be a little tricky to get to pop into place, but there we go. Just like that. Just a little pressure, the right pressure on both sides of the deal. And you want to avoid bending it or deforming it. Sometimes you can change it whichever way. Press it in. It's just a little tricky. And sometimes you may have to take a flat blade screwdriver and just rotate it in there a tiny bit. Just like this. Just lightly. We don't want to break anything, don't want to bend anything. Again, it's tricky when you can't see it. Sometimes you'll get lucky on them, sometimes you'll get a more tedious one. Just kind of take your time with it. There we go, just like that. Okay, so what you want to do is put it in and then give a little pressure this way. These are a tiny bit sharp, but not too bad, on both sides. Yeah, they can definitely be stubborn. Sometimes you got to take a little breather and come back to it, just because it is what it is. There it is. Okay, so I got them all in. Now when you feed it back through, what you got to do is make sure that the track is in between the wheels on all your carriers. So it's in between the wheel and the little bottom guide of this deal. And now we're all in. And here's our end cap. And now we'll have to put back together our other side. Deal. So this has the little arm, and it goes this way. And we'll need to slide all our carriers over. Meet up with that. There we go. Okay, so I slid those over. And now we're gonna get our little hook in. and we just have to get that in the little center right there. And now we're hooked right there. And now we'll push this on over. And then we've got our top deal. And this has these little teeth here that go basically behind this vinyl carrier. And it just clips on like so. And in theory, we're fixed. Now, we've tested out, and you can see how all of our deals are popping out. So that's not good. So what we need to do is push all these up on this side, and somewhere along the lines, which is probably pretty close here, this deal needs to be squeezed in a little bit. You can see how it's bowing out here a little bit. So right there, we're going to squeeze that in a little bit, and we're going to retest our deal, and it's still doing it. So what we're going to do is pop it up and in, and we're going to squeeze in a little bit here until we can remedy this. Now we may need to open this all the way, nice and gently, don't force it, because what we'll do is keep pushing it up here. And that's what happened here, is this one had basically, what we're going to do is squeeze a little here along all these, in between each of these carriers, just a little. So we've squeezed along all those just a little bit to better bring them into line. I'm going to rotate this one so it lines up with my other carriers. And now we're going to retest. See if we're coming out. Oh, we're in there. Beautiful. No more hanging up. I got to put the screw in because I came off. We're going to need to insert that. Make sure we're still in line here, and we are. Now I can insert my screw there to anchor that. And we've remedied our lines. So the reason that those carriers popped apart was when those wheels were coming out of the track, it was putting too much stress as we're trying to drag it over with the one. So now, no more stress, no more fuss, we're all fixed. You know, we could have replaced the whole set of blinds, and probably a lot of people would have. But sometimes just thinking it through, tracking it down. Each vertical blind set's a little bit different. Again, some will use a little C-clip in front of the final carrier. Some will use a hooked deal that hooks from the bottom. Some will use a hook deal that hooks from the middle, kind of like this one. And some of them have 2 prongs, some of them 1 prong. You know, they like to just change it up and keep it interesting all the time. Mix it up a bit, just to keep you on your toes. Looks like we got maybe 1 slat out of step here, or actually I put all these in backwards. The curve should match the same way. So I'm going to flip these around. No big deal. Just pick up on the very back slat, pull it down. Some of them you can just push up a little bit and then pull it to the side. This one is one of those. Just depends. See, I'll show you this one. This one you can just lift up and pull to the side and it comes right out. Most of them you can't do that, but that's the set. Like I said, they're all different and they keep modifying it. Some designs are better than others. This one's okay. It's a little bit weak. It's a little bit too easy to rotate our blind slots out of step, but yep, there we go. Blinds all fixed. Good to go. Thanks for watching Kung Fu Maintenance. Over and out.